Hello everyone, happy Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. It's so crazy that it's here. We're in eclipse season. I feel, at least as a Pisces sun, I feel the intensity, the build of it. And I think the energy of Mars being in Cancer has a lot to do with where our emotions have been lately, maybe feeling more like we need to hibernate, more impulsive, more sensitive in general about comments or our self-talk. So please be gentle with yourselves during this time. We'll have the Libra new moon solar eclipse in a couple weeks after this. So yeah, it's a big time for us, and I'm excited to do a reading for this week with my oracle deck, Sovereign Vibrations, and still working with the Muse Tarot to go really into depth. So let's see what we're meant to know for this week, going in from the 16th of September into the 22nd, which is crazy. We're mid-September already. But let's see what we're meant to connect to, what advice, what guidance we need during this Pisces full moon. Still happy birthday to all my Virgos, by the way. I don't remember if I said that on the Virgo new moon, but happy birthday, my Virgos. The Virgos. Ooh. Oh, wow. So we got two of the guided meditation cards. Let's see, I want at least one more card, please. Oh, here we go. Flying right out. Interesting. Okay, actually one more. So I'm hearing in this way the Pisces energy, because it's also the last sign of the zodiac. We're finding a culmination of what we've been creating, what we've been working towards, and I'm seeing it in the flip side too of everything that's been subconscious. We're also finding a resolve with what we've maybe been struggling with within our subconscious. So also if you feel that, again, the self-talk comes up, or maybe you feel like you've regressed in some way during this time period, know that that's part of the transformation that we're being supported with, and not just tested by the universe. I know that sometimes we can feel when we're in a challenging spot, we can feel like the trust in ourselves or in the universe is shaken, or we're, questioning the connection and the support that we have from our teams. But to know as well that even in the hardest times, we're still so supported, and there's a reason the darkness of our subconscious or our reality is coming forward. So within that, the first card that came out is You Are Magic, and number 7. So I always see the number 7 as personal transformation, personal growth. So we're seeing more of our own magic coming into reality, coming into our awareness. We can see our magic in a whole new way. And then we got the Embrace Your Inner Child, a number 11. So 7-11, so funny. I'm hearing in this way, it's a portal. The number 11 is a portal to our magic, and that's through our inner child, our joy, our play. And then we got the Sagittarius card. Beautiful. And the affirmation is, I shoot for the stars, yet remain grounded and balanced in my approach. So when we regain our magic, our sense of magic, our sense of play through our inner child, we then find a direction of where we want to aim our arrow, where we want to put our energy towards. And then the final card we got was Soul Blueprint, which I'm hearing in this way is like, I'm getting this cool visual of our magic is coming more online, and at the same time, so it's like this download of our magic coming in from above, and then our inner child is coming out of our bodies into our reality in this way. So there's a merging happening, and thus we find a balance with how we're going to take our adventures, shoot our arrow, aim towards, and thus our soul blueprint is also coming more online, this foundation of our soul's guiding light. It's hard to put words to the visual I'm getting, but the affirmation is, within every moment, my soul reconnects to the highest genetic blueprint that is in alignment for the highest good of all. And I'm a big believer that our souls had a bigger plan than we are still able to fully access. We can feel into it. And this is a confirmation that our soul's guidance is here, has always been here, and is even more anchored in than ever before. It is our magic that is coming into our consciousness, into our, even I'm hearing out of the subconscious that may have been laid dormant. Wow. Even I can be hearing in this way, the inner child is speaking so loudly for us to play and to nurture ourselves in a whole new way than ever before. And it makes our magic effortless. It makes us, I'm hearing in that way too, the Piscean energy is undeniable. I can't focus this card. Hello. There she is. And I'm hearing in this way too, a lot of people can feel like we're silly for aiming in our arrow, aiming our intentions in such a way when they may not see it. And I think that's a big thing of Sagittarius. Like, people can seem like all over the place or flighty or just adventuring all over and not having a plan. But Sagittarius energy is helping us aim for the way we want to go in that grounded way that is our soul blueprint. And no one may see our soul blueprint but ourselves, because it's our own soul's blueprint, right? No one else is meant to fully see that for us. And that's okay. So taking the time, maybe even tuning in, what is my soul yearning for? What is my soul's blueprint at this time? What is my magic, right? Because we all can access levels of awareness, our psychic abilities in different ways. And that is our magic. That is our uniqueness. That is our soul blueprint, right? And we don't have to be in a spiritual career in order to share our magic, in order to follow our bliss, follow our soul's blueprint. You can be in a corporate job and still bring in your magic to that place. And we need that. We need everyone to be as online as their souls are wanting them to be, right? In every ounce of the world, in every aspect of career. I'm hearing that way too. But I'm hearing in this way, some of you might shift what you're doing because your soul blueprint is calling you in a new direction. And this can also just be how you're showing up on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be a physical move, right? It can just be this energetic shift. And that's what I'm seeing all of us at least are having from this lunar eclipse, especially an emotional shift. I'm hearing even how we feel towards our magic, because sometimes our magic can feel scary. We can feel overwhelmed by what our soul wants us to do, and there is still so much contrast towards what we know our soul really is yearning for. And even what our inner child was, ooh, my throat. Even what our inner child is trying to share with the world and was closed down by, right? A lot of us had to squander our inner child or close off a little bit in order to survive or be acceptable or palatable. But we're being asked to release that, to be brave enough to follow that blueprint, or even curious enough, I'm hearing too. The curiosity can lead to even more expansion when we are open and investigate, right? So let's go in with the tarot. Yeah, we're meant to shine in a whole new way. Six of Inspiration. Even in the desert, I'm seeing in this way we can shine. It doesn't matter where we live, who we're connected to, because we're already creating a whole new reality, a whole new way of connection, inspiration. Wow, we got the Emperor. Excuse me, so much burping, clearing. Confirmation burps. So I'm seeing in this way the Emperor falling out below the soul blueprint. We're creating new ways of connecting to action, to our masculine energy, to the masculine energy of the collective. because when we tune into the masculine energy, it's actually has been opposite of what most of our soul's blueprints are, right? The true masculine energy isn't about control in that way. It is, we're still remembering and reintroducing ourselves to what true masculine energy is. And I'm saying in this way too, where when we can listen and tune into our soul's galactic knowing, there's a new balance that we find within the masculine energy of ourselves, and then thus how we take action connected to our souls, to our soul blueprint. And we got the Eclipse card, the 8 of Emotions. So I'm seeing in this way too, there possibly is, right now may not be the time to take the action, but I'm hearing in this way the Libra solar eclipse might be what gives you that balance, because Libra is all about that justice and balancing of the scales. So this Piscean energy is wanting us to be creative, to float in our imagination, to feel into the waters of our soul, into our depth, and access what we don't think is fully possible, but our soul knows is possible, right? So don't be hard on yourself if you feel like, oh, I've got this inspired action, I need to do it now. If there is a need to do it, it'll feel less urgent in a way of, like, I'm hearing anxiety, instead of, it'll be more of this gentle pull. It'll be this, sometimes we can have a huge push, right? But I'm seeing it more of trusting the timing. We can feel urgency because that's our old hypervigilance coming in when we are scared if we miss a moment, right? But our inner child, we're being asked to play. And when we're playing, we don't miss anything, right? There's an opportunity wherever we're going, because that's a divine alignment. So trusting our heart. I got the Page of Emotions, trusting our inner gut. We have this beautiful connection to the sacral, to the solar plexus, this inner landscape of ourself. And I feel like I've never fully noticed the octopus tentacles on this card. But when we tune into octopus, they're so smart. And they can camouflage, they can form into whatever surroundings they're meant to. And they play. They play and find joy in the littlest of things with their intelligence, with their surroundings. So that's where we're asked to focus our heart's energy, I'm hearing. And that fell right under the Embrace Your Inner Child. Beautiful. So yeah, I keep being pulled towards the Sagittarius. And we also got the 10 of Inspiration. So we're releasing old patterns. We don't have to keep holding these emotional, like I'm hearing, emotional baggage anymore. And right now we're just being asked to start to aim. Hello. There we go. It's focusing. We're being asked to hold from our heart, we're holding this arrow, right? And we're being asked to just kind of point it in what direction really feels in alignment. And I'm seeing in this way, it's almost like our soul blueprint is that compass. And this is the anchoring point of the compass, helping us find our direction. So we're just feeling into it, playing as an inner child would. And even if we feel like, okay, I'm ready to let go of that arrow, and it doesn't land in the place we actually expected it to, or we're fully aiming for, it doesn't mean that we've lost our opportunity. And I'm hearing that's part of what the old masculine of our essence or our mind or our structures have told us, that if we've tried and failed, then it's done, right? We're a failure. It's not meant to be. It's not necessarily that way. I'm hearing in this way too, there's multiple anchor points we can tune into with our soul blueprint as we aim from a new balance perspective, from a new balanced approach. And I'm being pulled towards the Libra energy of that solar eclipse coming up for us in 2 weeks after this full moon. More will be revealed. So take this next 2 weeks to really play, to investigate, to try some new things, and just see. I'm hearing even in the way of how you speak to yourself, how you approach life, how you, what is your magic? Is your magic even one thing? right? Isn't that the point of magic, that it's ever flowing? Like, I'm being pulled to like Harry Potter. Like, there's so many things that you can tap into in wizardry school. So there's so many things that we can tap into as humans, even though we feel that it's still such a outlandish thing, or not accessible in the way that we know fairy tales to be or magic to be. But we're being asked to go deeper. Yeah, we got the Ace of Emotions over our soul blueprint. So through this Piscean energy, we're reaching new depths of our emotions, of our emotional intelligence, how we connect to ourselves and to the world. Beautiful. Anything else we need to know? I keep being pulled to this one, this energy of this card, and see how there's someone walking on that little bridge between the water, looking down from a new perspective, looking in to the galaxies, the emotional waters. And I'm hearing we're being asked to see as many perspectives as we can right now. Because there is not just one perspective that is true. There are many pathways, there are many, I'm hearing quantum frequencies and even aspects of the blueprint for us to discover. So take this time to discover, like the Aquarius energy is about reaching for the stars and traveling. Maybe you're physically being drawn to travel somewhere. Where do you want to go? Where has your soul been calling you? Yeah, we got the Page of Voices again. Ooh. So we got the Page of Voices. So starting a new way of creating, a new way of playing. Look at the dancing in the mind. Putting on a new pair of glasses to see new perspectives. And thus we get the Muse of Materials. There she goes. We're opening a new pathway to how we manifest, to what we're creating, and what inspires us. Got the Two of Inspiration. So see how she's even not looking quite through the telescope, but looking from another perspective instead of just this one narrow lens. Take the time to reflect, take the time to investigate, to play. Our inner child, I'm hearing you maybe even be around children, maybe go to a park and let the freedom of how you see children play invite you to tap into that if it's been something challenging for you. Even how children play with their imagination and have imaginary friends, allowing yourself to, maybe that's where you're being asked to tune into your team, tune into your souls in a deeper aspect. And thus I'm hearing your awarenesses can expand. Maybe your senses will turn on that you've been wanting to, but feeling doubt around because why hasn't it happened yet? Or what else do you need to do? And sometimes it's just being open to it and not pushing or forcing, right? When we can force, it can feel challenging and we can get caught in the mind. Why isn't it happening the way I wanted to? Yada, yada, yada. But it is happening exactly as it's meant to. I know for me, I used to never really have visuals. As a child I did, but it freaked me out because there's too many other things going on. So I closed that down and then I could just feel everything, which that was a lot in and of itself, right? So maybe something similar has happened to you, or you feel like you don't feel into things as much and you want to see or feel. So maybe even meditating into that so that you feel safe. Like, it's important for our bodies to be on board as well. Our mind or our ego and our soul can be trying to push us, right? Of, I need to be this way, that way, or whatever. We got the two voices. We can be really caught in the mind, and that can also freak our bodies out to be like, no way I'm opening up to that right now. You know? So again, it all happens exactly as it's meant to. And I'm hearing in this way too, that's part of the Piscean play that we get to access through this lunar eclipse. So if you're struggling in the mind state of where you're even going creatively, or I'm hearing even romantically upset that you haven't met the right relationship or haven't had the right friends or soul family around you. Take some time to reflect, to play with the imagination. It's like in this way too, she's bathing in this galactic, beautiful water. And to me, I see this as like unconditional love, this pinky purpley energy. And that's even that like the amethyst spiritual crown chakra, the heart chakra. And thus then she's coming out of her eye is like putting out the vision of what she's tuned into within this water, what she's bathing in. So what are you projecting out? What are you tapping into? And I'm seeing these even as like these earth grid lines, these timelines coming out of the eyes, even as her eyes are closed. And it's funny, it's not her third eye open, but it's what she's seeing internally, right? So maybe your third eye is ready to come on, but you've just needed to anchor yourself into the trust, the knowing that it's possible, that you're ready. And that, it to me, is this opposite factor. This could even be what has been in our subconscious, right? This mental struggle. But we're being guided to trust our heart and let our heart expand into this new way of intelligence, this new way of approaching life, this new way of our magic. Because our magic, our heart is always going to keep expanding, right? Even if we feel like we've reached the limit of what we can tap into through our heart expansion or the ways in which we feel magical, there's always another level. It's just our mind thinking that we've reached a limit, and maybe we feel stuck because we're about to expand, right? Sometimes we're meant to be really uncomfortable before we break into a new cycle or break into a new chapter or release something. We're kind of challenged right before the next level. Like even in a video game, we have like a boss we have to fight and win over in order to move on to the next level. And maybe that boss is even just our mind, right? Or the way that which the collective sees the possibilities being available. I'm hearing maybe it's even generational stuff that is a boss, but it actually is this way of just having more love and compassion for what has come before us, how our ancestors weren't able to access the ways that which we can now. Even though they weren't able to, it doesn't mean we're unsafe to do so or move forward, to shine brightly in a whole new way. It's safe. It's just a new pathway. It's a new way of experiencing reality, even internally, right? It may look really weird. We may feel really alone. We may be questioning within our emotions, are we even doing the right thing? Are we on the right path? But it's trusting the time, trusting all of it. Because again, we're shifting a new masculine perspective, the Emperor. Wow. Oh, something's releasing. Oh yeah, that makes sense. This came out just now, 10 of Voices, and I'm feeling something coming off the bottom of the shoulder blades. And it feels like this pressure that has been on our backs. And I'm even hearing like our wings in this way of what our magic has been holding on to in terms of keeping ourselves safe. I'm hearing even the constraints that have been on us because we're being told to wait to open up into more of our magic. And I'm hearing even to fly higher than ever before. Interesting. Take that all as you will. I'm seeing dragons now too. So you might also be getting a dragon on your team. You might be tapping into a past life where you were a dragon. Maybe I'm hearing your angelic energies coming online. I'm even seeing it in this way too, like the Piscean fish, like the gills on their backs. I think it's on their backs, right? Or I guess it depends on the fish. But I'm seeing like there's gills opening up so we can breathe even deeper. We can breathe in our own emotional capacity. Wow. Deeper than ever before. But sometimes when we're releasing something or opening up into the new, it can feel painful. It can feel really weird. And we could question, are we safe? Are we doing the right thing? Is this too weird to then be out in the human experience feeling all of this simultaneously as we then go about our day. We got the Temperance card again, so healing is happening within the phases of the moon that we're moving into. We got the lotus flower, the moth, being gentle. I keep hearing. Oh wow, we got the Queen of Voices again this week. So really mastering our inner world, our inner talk, our psychic abilities are on fire. There's the wing I was saying, literally right over her. The wing of the angel. As that's what I was seeing on the back of the pressure I'm feeling on the shoulder blades right now. It's like these giant wings, but they've been pinned really close to the back of our heart, and there's been like a chain over them, or now I'm seeing it turn from a chain into a ribbon, and we get to just, I'm hearing like as we open up to it, the ribbon comes off gently, and yet in the mind we thought it was changed. We thought we were stuck. We thought we were impaled. So I'm hearing this is really a shift of the mind and how we view ourselves and view our power, view our magic. Wow. Anything else we need to know? This is such a beautiful reading for the Pisces full moon, lunar eclipse. So yeah, we're manifesting really fast. So be aware of what you're tuning into, what you're desiring, and look for the little signs from the universe, the confirmations that you're mastering your ability to manifest, mastering your ability to communicate with the universe. Universe. That felt weird saying for some reason. Oh, I see it in the universe. That doesn't really make sense. In my brain, it made more sense. But again, in seeing, it's like we're feeling more connected to the universe, and we're seeing ourselves more one with reality, with our friends, our family, the collective, even the contrast. We're feeling more at peace, and we're gaining that even as the mind may be swirling, maybe trying to fight against this change, feeling scared of trusting that soul blueprint. But I'm seeing ourselves turn into this inspired action, celebrating, running free, flowing with that action. I'm hearing almost simultaneously, like we feel the action and we just go. Our soul is calling us in the direction that we've been feeling and tuning into, maybe for multiple lifetimes, right? And as we do that, it's the best for humanity. When we follow our bliss, when we trust our timeline, trust our soul, it's for the highest good of everyone. Even if people may get upset that we're doing what we want because they're afraid, or it causes them to not get what they need, or they're feeling stuck and upset that we move in our own way without them, right? The separation, illusion of separation might come into play for others or for ourselves too. But I'm hearing that's even a part of what's healing generationally, even if you're not blood related to someone. If someone gets triggered by you following your bliss, it's also helping to initiate change within that generation as well. Take that as you will. Okay. Yeah. Let's just have fun, everybody. Six of Materials, playing, trusting this heart expansion. Look how she just has her arms up, her chest out, trusting this manifestation, trusting this, how every petal falls at the perfect time in the perfect way. The reflection of self is being shown more and more truer than ever before. So really it's just trusting, and here maybe this is a big reminder. I think this is even for myself, right? Because we're all human. We all get caught in the mind. We all can feel stuck and limited within our mind, within trying to keep ourselves safe, trying to figure it out, looking at old past reflections, right? Maybe even causing us to feel stuck just because we're afraid, and it's a self-sabotaging thing. But even in self-sabotage, there's something to learn from it. There's a reason. We can then investigate, okay, where is this really coming from, this fear? Where is it starting from? When did we decide that it wasn't safe to be magical or safe to be silly and more of our inner child, or to explore new ways, right? Whew. Yeah, there's so much shifting out of the back still. Like I feel and I keep hearing chains falling to the ground, like metal literally falling to the ground, but then it's not even accessible anymore. I'm hearing the release of our inner saboteur. Interesting. But yeah, I keep being pulled again to the eclipse, the Libra eclipse. So maybe even, again, just being that witnessing state, being in that witness mode through this Pisces energy, so that when the Libra solar eclipse comes around, that solar energy can help really bring into light the truth of our soul, bring into light our magic, bring into balance this justice for our human self, for our soul. Hello, is it gonna focus? You guys have already seen it, but it just, come on. Okay, well, it's fine. I'm hearing maybe that's part of it. We may not be able to see it right now with the Pisces. Oh, there she goes. Pisces energy. So wait for the lunar or the solar eclipse. Because I'm seeing in this way that the full moon is an illumination, right? But at the same time, that dark side of the moon is needing or asking for the sun to bring into light that more of that subconscious. So if you feel, again, like the mind is really hard to tame during this time, trust that it'll have some clearing as the sun goes into Libra, into that illumination. And maybe that's also a part of getting some sun for yourself to help even ground you, to ground the mind, do things that help you stay in the present moment, maybe tuning into gratitude, journaling, whatever you feel called to, that are really good tools to help the mind chatter. Maybe it's even playing really nice music, or music that helps purge what you're feeling subconsciously, or tune into what you're feeling subconsciously more and more. Maybe even talking with a friend or a healer, whoever you feel guided to connect with, to help you get some clarity around what's coming up for you that may be challenging to feel, or even to distinguish. So yeah, I hope this reading was helpful in some way. I will leave at the end of this channeling oracle reading a little clip of all of these sound baths. Ooh, can you see them all? There we go. So these two are guided meditations. They're really short, but I'll put in a little clip. And then these have sound baths to them. There's still sound bath music with these, but I'm just guiding you to tune into these frequencies. So you can listen to those after this if you feel guided to, and come back to them if you want. What else? My oracle deck is still available if you feel called to it. And that's when you get access to all of the sound baths, all of the meditation music. It's about over 8 hours of music that I made for each card. So altogether over 8 hours for the whole deck. But yeah. All right, everybody. I love you all so much. Please be gentle. Have fun with embracing your magic and your inner child. I keep saying painting now too. So maybe you're meant to just paint and just have fun, whatever you feel called to do. But yeah, let me know how this resonated if you feel guided to, and I'll see you later. Bye. You are magic. Everything that you want, desire, value, it's all available to you. Embrace your inner child. Your inner child has no judgment. They play easily and effortlessly with life.